In this session, I will discuss about the overview of Mariosoft Account Enterprise. So let's log in first. I will use the user admin as in admin, also the password. So this account can access all the features of Mariosoft Account Enterprise. So I will click login, and we have here a pop-up message uh, to make sure that the time and date of our server is correct, and I will click OK. So we have here the menus. First menu, we have files wherein we can see the items, the customers, and our suppliers. Let's go to inventory wherein we can see the stocks that we have. Also, the if we want to see the out of stock items, and if we want to inventory our stocks, maybe it could be every month or 6 months or yearly we use this inventory stocks. We have also expired stocks wherein we can see the stocks that are about to expire. And we have also here our sales. So we have the submenu open close sales. Just like when we open the store, we open also our sales prior to the start of the sales transaction. And we have here the sales records wherein you can view uh, details uh, of our sales transactions. If we want to edit it, then we have edit sales records. We have also ordering and cashiering, wherein if you want to separate the order from the payment, so these two related submenu allow us to do that. We have also the config sales where we can set configuration like loyalty points for our customer. We have also the item sales wherein we can view the statistics of our item in a given date range and presented it in daily, or it could be in monthly. We have here our sales reading. This is useful when we have our cashier uh, operate our store and we want to check the sales per cashier. We have here the cash drawer for the cashier. This represents the actual cash drawer in, or the physical cash drawer in our store. We have also open cash drawer records wherein we can see, for example, we have multiple workstation and multiple cashiers. We can see who are those workstation or cashiers that are still in operation. We have also cash reading records. These are uh, the sales per cashier where their shift already ended or they already closed their cash drawer. We have also the cash reading reports for reporting. We have X reading and Z reading. X reading, this is uh, the records for all of our uh, currently operating POS or machine, and the C reading, this is for the close uh, the close workstation or terminal uh, of the of our store. We have here delivery, wherein if our sales transaction here is the delivery type or the transaction type is deliver, then it will the records in the sales will be also be viewed in delivery, wherein we can our deliver the sales. We have also the delivery records, and if we want to edit it, then we have edit delivery records. We have here the canvassing. If we want to canvas uh, our stocks based on the different suppliers that we have, and we want to select the best price, so we do canvas. We have also purchasing. If we formalize our orders to the customer, we can create PO. And we have also the receiving, wherein we once our supplier deliver our orders, then we are going to use receiving to receive the orders. So we have here the receiving transaction, and once we save it, it will display in the receiving records. And if we want to edit the item, then we have here edit receiving records. We have here our receivables, wherein we can see the customer's outstanding balance. Let's say in our sales, in the transaction, our payment type is charged, then it will appear in our receivables. Wherein we can receive payment, and the received payment, once saved, it will be displayed on the payment records. And if we want to edit it, then we have also the edit payment records. We have here the payment reports, the receivable reports, and we have also the check monitors. This is for the post-dated check. Uh, we can monitor what are those checks that are due for deposit. We have also payables, wherein we can see our outstanding balance from our suppliers. So if we receive the order and the payment type is credit or charge, then it will be displayed in the payables. Just like in the receivables, it's just that we are the one who pay to the supplier. So we have here pay supplier, and we have also the payment records here. If you want to edit, then you have edit payment records. You have also the payment reports and payable reports. We have also here the expenses, wherein we can entry our expenses like electricity, snack, salary, any other expenses uh, aside from the acquisition of items. So outside of the acquisition of items, these expenses is used as our entry point for any expenses aside from acquisition of the item, because in the acquisition of the item, we do it in the receiving and the payables. So we have expense transaction, we have here the records, and if we want to edit it, then edit expense records. We have here also the expense reports, and we have here the scheduled expenses, wherein we can set that this kind of expense will be we can determine based on our entry that, for example, it is rental and it's payable every 30 days, then it will appear here as scheduled expenses. We have also our stock adjustments. We will use this when we stock out the item for the reason that it is, for example, used as personal, or the item is damaged, or the item is expired. We can use stock adjustment for that. So that is stock out stock adjustment. We have also stock in stock adjustment. For example, when our branch deliver us the stocks in our store, or it is returned to us, then we use also stock adjustment stock in. So just like any other pattern of the menu, we have the transaction and we have the records, and we can edit also. And if our customers return their item, we have here sales return. We have the transaction, the records, and we can edit also if we commit mistakes on our entry. We have also return to supplier when we return our receive items. So we use return to supplier to uh, put our inventory in balance due to the, let's say, bad order or any other reason pertaining to the return of the stock to our supplier. We have here important reports. We can this we can produce a report of item profits per category, and if we select a category, it will be uh, detailed into per item. We have also the daily profit, wherein the display is in the daily format. We have also the monthly profit, wherein we can select the year, and the profit and loss will be displayed in months. And we have also the financial statements, a very straightforward, simple financial statements. We have also user accounts, wherein you can create accounts to our user and assign them a particular access right. And you have also here the menus, which represents the menu that you've seen so far. We have also here our config, wherein we can type in the company information, the path info of our image. We can have also a backup on our data, and the printers that we are going to activate once we use a printing capability of our software. So that's all for the overview of our software Mariosoft Accounting Enterprise. Thank you.